welcome into TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome here to the preview for the entire month of October. And it's a massive month of football, a really, really important month, I feel, for Barcelona. We started the season, we've got off to quite a tricky start. We're not exactly filled with confidence right now, but October is crucial. Really, really big games, ultimate tests that simply we have to pass. Let's get to it. October is coming right up. And in the month of October, Barcelona will face 6 matches in total. 4 of those games will be in La Liga, and 2 of those in the UEFA Champions League, in the group stage, of course. 1 coming up very, very soon. 4 of those games, though, out of the 6, are all at home. 4 of those 6 at the Camp Nou, and for me, that's massive. That's a really, really important thing, and especially for us at the moment, it's a huge chance this month, I feel, to build some confidence. That's what we need right now. We need to start understanding that, look, we've got to start doing something. We have to start performing at the level that we expect from Barcelona. And with 4 home games, that gives the chance there just to get into some momentum, just to get into our stride, ease into the season with 4 big home games. You've got to take maximum points. You've got to do that. But ultimately, in the games we are going to talk about, we will hope to do exactly that. So let's kick off right here and now with a very, very early game in October coming up in just a few days' time. Wednesday, the 2nd of October at 9 p.m. local time, it's Barça against Inter at the Camp Nou in round 2 of the UEFA Champions League group stage, and that's a really exciting game. A really big test at the Camp Nou. Inter are looking so strong. Don't be put off by what you saw from them in their opening Champions League game where they drew to Slavia Prague. That was big points there. Drop from Inter. Look instead at what they've been doing in Serie A under Antonio Conte, because they've been brilliant. They've been so solid. They're tough to break down. They're going to come here, defend deep. You know what they're going to do. Very, very organised. And it's going to be a good game exactly at home to see what we do, to see if we can get past Inter. We've really struggled in creating chances. We'll need the 3 points, and we'll especially need those 3 points simply because we're going to come on to it. But we don't want too much pressure on that Slavia Prague game coming up later in the month. We have to win this one on Wednesday. Then the following weekend, just a few days later, on Sunday, the 6th of October at 9 p.m, a lot of the late kickoffs here, which is, I think, good for Barcelona. It's Barça against Sevilla. And that, again, it's a tough game. Early on in the month here, you've got Inter and Sevilla. But the crucial thing for me, both of those games coming at home, that's the really, really big thing I feel about October. There's some challenging games. There's some good teams that we're going to be coming up against, but they're at the Camp Nou. That's the key. Barça against Sevilla, and their Clement Lenglet is going to be suspended, so we're going to see Jean-Claire Todibo in that game. Sevilla started the season really, really well, but over the past few weeks under Lopetegui, they have dropped off a little bit, and certainly at the Camp Nou, we've got a great record against Sevilla. We'll expect to win that game, and that should be the match that Ansu Fati returns from his injury. He doesn't look like he's going to quite make the game against Inter. He may still have a chance, but it looks very, very tight. If he doesn't, though, he is going to be back against Sevilla at the Camp Nou. After the game against Sevilla next weekend, there will then be an international break, which I think as well is a really nice time for that, simply because we've got so many players right now who are out injured. You've got the likes of Messi, Dembele. You don't really know what's going to go on with them. We don't really have a return date for either of those players right now, but over the course of that international break, Jordi Alba will be back with the squad. At the very start of that international break, he should be pretty much right and ready to go, and he'll only just miss that game there at home against Sevilla. Jordi Alba will be back, and we'll be hoping many of the other players as well can get off that injury table and get back to action. Then, on the return from the international break, Barcelona there go to a very, very difficult away game at the Iparrua, away against Eibar, and that's a tough one. That's a really, really tough place to go. Small pitch, strange atmosphere at times, but they're a good side. They always play good football. They're always going to try and trouble you. Eibar there, Saturday, 19th of October, in the early kickoff as well, the really, really early kickoff at 1 p.m. local time. And I'm just wondering in that game, looking ahead a little bit here, is Gerard Piqué going to take a booking at home against Sevilla so that he misses this game and not Real Madrid? Piqué right now is 1 yellow card away from suspension. Will he risk it? Will he not get booked in the Sevilla game? And that would mean that if he got booked against Eibar, he would then miss Real, which could be massive. We're going to have to wait and see. And then on to the midweek fixture in that week, 23rd of October at 9 p.m. This is the game that I was talking about. It's Slavia Prague against Barcelona. We're going to be heading there to the Czech Republic. But the very significant thing about this is, of course, it's the game just before El Clásico, but also we have 1 day less rest than Real Madrid do. They go to Turkey to play Galatasaray on the Tuesday. We go to Czech Republic to play Slavia on the Wednesday. So 1 day less rest there for Barcelona. And that basically means that in this game, game. Obviously, it's the Champions League, but we may just rest one or two players if we can, and that's why, for me, it's so important that we get all 3 points, we get the win against Inter, so that in this game, if we really need to, we could change around a few things. Because like I say, just a few days after that Slavia Prague game, it is time for the big one, the first Clásico of the season, Saturday, 26th of October, again, in a really early kickoff time in La Liga. It's 1 p.m, a Clásico there, Saturday at 1 p.m, and it's massive. Barça against Real, live from the Camp Nou, and again, it's a tough game. Real, always going to be tough opponents. We know what we're up against, we know what they're going to bring, but at the same time, it's at home. And I think this early in the season, with the way we are right now, I would describe our team as delicate. Some games we can be very good, some games we can be very bad, and that's why it's so important that Sevilla, Inter, Real, all coming at home, all in the comfort there of the Camp Nou, and that's vital for me. And this will be a game, by the way, that we simply have to win. Real Madrid right now, top of the league, looking good, even though I don't think Zidane has got them playing brilliant football. I don't really think, again, that Real Madrid are unstoppable, but simply because Barça haven't been good enough, Atletico have slipped up too, we've not been able to topple Real at the top of the table. But this game right here, it'll be massive, just like El Clásico always is. We will have to win. And then the final fixture of October will see us there on Tuesday, the 29th of October at 9:15 p.m. local time. It's Barça against Valladolid, and again, the final game of the month there, coming at the Camp Nou. And again, I'm really happy this game here is at home. The simple reason for that is, I'm just wondering that you go away in the Champions League against Slavia Prague, then a few days later, you play Real, and imagine if we won that game, and then, just a few days later, after, of course, that game will take so much out of you, imagine then if we had an away game at a difficult stadium, tricky team, an away game. You could imagine Barcelona right now beating Real and then going away and dropping all those points. I'm really happy here that we've got that Real game on the Saturday, and then on the Tuesday we're at home against Valladolid. That again should be 3 points. I'm sure that in that game we are going to see some rotation, but at the same time you'd still expect to win, and that for me is a crucial month of fixtures. 4 in La Liga, 4 of them at home, 2 there in the Champions League. It's massive for us. It's a crucial month. Barcelona have to start performing, we have to start stepping up, we have to start delivering upon the expectations that we set ourselves. This is the month to do it, because any month at all with El Clásico, that's the month to certainly get hyped for. But as always, guys, in these type of videos, it's not all about Barcelona. Of course, we're going to focus on exactly what we're doing, but we simply have to look ahead to our rivals at Real Madrid, at Atletico. I don't really know right now if I should be looking at Granada. They're right up there in the league right now, and we saw against us, they're a very good side. But right now, Real Madrid's fixtures, I think, this month look probably the easiest out of the top 3. They first of all play Bruges in the Champions League. Following that, they do play Granada, then away to Mallorca. You'd expect them there to pick up the 6 out of 6 points, but you never know. Galatasaray then away from home just before El Clásico then on the Saturday, before they finish the month there at home against Leganes. I think their Real Madrid's fixtures looking really good. They should be quite comfortable if they play there to their maximum. Then there's Atletico. I think they've got slightly harder fixtures, maybe the hardest there out of anybody. They go away to Russia in Lokomotiv Moscow there in the Champions League, then an away game straight after that against Valladolid. Then they're at home against Valencia. That's never an easy game there against Valencia at the Wanda Metropolitano. Then Leverkusen at home. Then Athletic at home. Another tough game there for Atletico, but again, it is coming at home for an away trip there to finish the month against Alaves. And I think October is going to tell us a lot. In September, we certainly learned a lot about the top 3. Real Madrid right now, top of the league. Atletico stumbled a few times. As we said last time, they may do that, but Barcelona slipped up way more than we should have done. We should have been better in September, no question about that, but now let's put it right in October. Big games, we need big performances. So please leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What are you expecting heading into the month of October? What are your expectations? And on these 6 games that we have discussed, how many points do you expect Barcelona to get out of that time? How many wins are you expecting to see in those kind of games? Sevilla, Inter, Real. Do you think that we can win all of those? And the away games as well. That's the thing right now. It's not all about the big names. It's not all about the big teams that we're coming up against. It's about those away matches. We got to get the points, and we have to perform better. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All the Champions League build-up, that starts tomorrow. Let's do this! But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.